Hello and welcome everybody to our stream. We have 413 Esports streaming the OCS game. I am your caster, 413 Suspect. Joined on this bench, I have 413 Octave. Octave, how are we feeling, my man?
I feel pretty good today. I feel pretty good. I think we got a good matchup today. Both these teams, I think, are looking pretty good in this tournament so far. So I think we're in for a good match today.
Coming out here, we have 413 Apocalypse versus West Virginia University Mountaineers. Let me pick your brain here, Octave. What do you think we're going to see walking into this first map?
If we are going into Lijiang, which it looks like we are, I'm not 100% sure what map we're going on to yet. But I mean, Lijiang, I think we're going to see a little bit of the same old for what most people run there. So, maybe we'll see a little bit of ball. I think, again, especially on Control Center, we'll probably see that brawl style. And it does look like, we're going into Lijiang Tower for sure. I think Lijiang Tower, you tend to see a pretty good range of different comps. So I think what we're going to see is going to be pretty interesting today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So coming out here for the side of 413 Apocalypse, we have Demon Breed and Veno on the tank line. We have Keener and Eden on the DPS line. Fuzzy Puddles filling that main support role with Blue Sheep at her side. Should be a pretty lethal duo. And the Brave Monk and KO9 for West Virginia Mountaineers, followed up by a DPS line of Vertile and Llama. And Jenna Fran and 7-Eleven are looking pretty stellar. 7-Eleven, I feel like that's a name you just gotta watch out for when you see it in the match. Anytime you see those letterings.
Yeah, anytime you see the extravagant lettering, you know that person's gonna be a good player. You never fail.
Okay, so we're getting a little tickle here. It looks like both teams are going for a dive with an aerial component, and they seem to both be opting in. What do you think about this Tracer versus Genji matchup?
I tend to like Tracer a little bit more in this current meta. Genji, you can still kind of make work, but it tends to be pretty difficult. Genji needs a lot of support from his team to work right now. I think the Tracer is probably going to work a little bit better, but we're gonna see.
Alrighty, and we're kicking it off, and both teams seem to be going over the bridge right now. The boot comes out, not quite finding anybody, and the boot from the ball seems to be going back and forth, but Llama pulls off a huge shot on a Keener, opening up this fight wide open, and the Brave Monk is looking kind of unhealthy. Eden follows it up deadly on that Echo. Llama, however, is cleaning up the backline right now. That's Fuzzy Puddles down. This Farah, who's proving so efficient. Eden takes out the Farah, KO9 on Blue Sheep, but now it's starting to swing back. As I say that, though, KO9 gets the better of the off-tank duel there. Eden is just cleaning up. He's been really consistent in not taking out Vertile, and Keener pops off Jenna Fran's head. The Brave Monk takes out Eden, but I think it might be too little too late. The point is not unlocked yet. Eden's getting res, though, and the tank line falls for the side of Mountaineers. It's just as far to contest, but that'll be short-lived, and I think it's a little unfortunate. Lucio's still contesting, but point has flipped. What are you thinking right now, Octave?
I mean, a pretty great first fight, considering Apocalypse, they lost both their supports pretty early. They were still able to pull that fight back. A little bit of clutch coming out from Keener and Eden there. You'll love to see it. And now they're going to get some percentage on this point. They're up at 20% now going into fight number 2.
Monkey's making that dive in. Looks like they want to take out Blue Sheep here, but he escapes. Those Lucios can be slippery. Demon Breed getting a little bit of a blooper moment, but it's okay. He's been replaced. Eden is now on the front line. He's got that Primal Rage from the Echo duplicate. He's looking to get some kills here. He gets one. There goes the Diva. It's an even fight now. Diva Bomb coming in to follow it up. And Lucio is off the map. Eden with a double from the Primal Rage kill. That is exactly what you want to see, and Eden has been fire this match.
Yeah, the Echo's been a really great pick so far. Really getting the better of that aerial duel. I mean, the Farah is no longer on this map anymore, but, I think we've seen the Genji a little bit silent so far. We really haven't seen a whole lot of that Genji yet. We're going to see if he can get anything done with this blade.
Alright, so they're rotating through White Room here now, looking to not take another bridge. The blade's coming out, but the Mines is there. It takes out the tank line. It's really hard to get value when both the tanks are gone. Eden on the side, taking out 7, and Demon Breed coming up clutch right now with that 3K. And it looks like Mountaineers are sent back to spawn pretty fast. Fuzzy Puddles getting that final kill on Llama, though. That's kind of a weird champ moment. Fuzzy, just showing up in the kill feed every once in a while. Not usually on the Mercy, though.
Yeah, exactly. The melee boop kill, it's mystical, but it happens every once in a while. I mean, again, we didn't really see a whole lot from Vertile on that Genji. The Blade didn't get anything. Not a whole lot of value there. He's going to go over to the McCree, which I think is a much better choice, especially against Eden on this Echo.
Yeah, but Ball Ryan doesn't really give you a lot of peel or a lot of force here. Ryan is very out in the open right now, very vulnerable. They're coming out with this beat, opening up to deny Keener's whole high noon. 7 picking out Demon Breed, though. That's not really what you want to hear. That's a lethal support if I've ever seen one. Vano taking out the Brave Monks. The main tanks are down on either side right now. Vertile, however, is in the back line, takes out the mech and Eden with his life, but Keener's there to answer. Keener quickly falling to Llama there. Llama popping off 2. Jenna Fran takes out Ben. And I think it's just a stall if you're Demon Breed right now. Let's see if your team can re-engage this. Blue Sheep has rejoined the stall, but it's not looking good. But it's looking better now that Demon Breed gets the boop. Jenna Fran is taking a swim, and Eden takes out 7. There's no support line here, so if the engage comes fast, you know there's a huge opportunity now.
Big opportunity, and here's the Echo copy on the ball.
There's 2 balls. Keener takes out K of 9. It looks like a flash over the pit. Not exactly how you want to go. Ball is in there trying to get work done, but there's 2 minefields going to be on this field pretty fast, and that doesn't leave a lot of room. Llama's off the map too. There's a lot of people flying around.
Eden doing a whole lot of work on this ball. Is he going to be able to get another boop as
Ben
well?
has lost his mech again, but the Valkyr is sustaining the team. There's the mines, denying that part of the point, and there's the enemy mines. Eden, however, picking up 7. However, KO9 answers back on a Blue Sheep, and Vertile is popping off, takes out Vano and Keener. Llama takes out Eden, and I think this is just a cleanup now. A lot of ults invested here, and not a lot of return. That's 3 ults from the side of Apocalypse to the 2 ults on the side of Mountaineers, and they're still holding pretty strong.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of resources used from the side of Apocalypse. However, they still got a couple ults to work with, and that's 50% on the point here for the Mountaineers here. See if they can mount a comeback against this 99 to what used to be 0. Gonna come around the edge here. Going coast side, see if they can push in from here.
Demon Breed getting that early pile driver in, lots of health, and that bomb's coming in. They're all shattered, but the bomb kind of denies the follow-up. The beat is there to stand firm against this High Noon, but the High Noon doesn't care. It Kate's out too, and that's exactly the kind of value you need. Keener in the backline with the High Noon, but gets shut down very quickly, stunned up and annihilated. And both DPS from the side of Mountaineers taking out a double right now. And it looks like they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Eden's making an emergency switch. He's going to Soldier. It looks like the double hit scan on either side right now. And what do you see that needs to happen, Octave? 90% tick down.
Yeah, I think Apocalypse needs to get a clean engage here. They're going to need someone to touch, and they're going to have to get a couple picks earlier, or else they're probably going to look at a round 1 loss.
Demon Breed is in, but he's been pinned, and Vertile picks off Eden on the entry. That's really not what she can have here from what needs to be a carry performance right now. And they're having a really hard time getting in here. Fuzzy Puddles just gets melted by that Coalescence. The beat is there to sustain. It's looked like every tool is in the box if you're Mountaineers right now. And Llama's popping off 2. 1 from the Bob and 1 from his own gun. Jenna Fran takes out Blue Sheep in that Lucio duel, is showing the dominance. And Eden, not quite fast enough to get to the point. Vertile takes a dink out of his face.
Yeah, that's going to be round 1. Going over to WVU Mountaineers here. It looked so good for Apocalypse there. Eden was putting on an absolute show on the Echo, but at the end of the day, they just couldn't get it done. Even though a couple fights near the end looked pretty good for the side of Apocalypse, they couldn't finish off any fights. They just couldn't quite get it done. And we'll see if they're going to be able to bring it back on the second point, see if they can tie it up 1-1.
Total compositional changes here, but looks like both sides opting in for this Symmetra teleporter strat. I imagine they'll both take the higher up. Who do you think has the edge, the Kree or the Hanzo?
I mean, I don't think it's going to come down to the Kree versus the Hanzo. I think let's look at the tanks. We're looking at a Sig versus Ball. I mean, looking at this this sort of sim strat, I think the Sig is going to work at least a little bit better.
Fuzzpuddle's on the point all alone. 3 enemies antied, 1 enemy slept, but it's a dangerous place to be, and the pin comes out, and the Brave Monk is looking unhealthy. Eden takes out Vertile, and Vano takes out 7. Demon Breed takes out the Brave Monk. Llama popping 2 in the back, but KO9's antied, not looking healthy. Jenna Fran takes out Keener. That's a big pick. Llama cleaning up. That's a 4K for this man right now. Eden shuts him down, though. The turrets are there, but Eden is not. He is down. Fuzzy Puddle's the last person standing. And it looks like the flip is going to go over to Mountaineers. Again, a fight that looked very winnable from the side of Apocalypse. Just kind of slipped through their fingers. Llama coming up big for his team.
Yeah, exactly. Apocalypse having a little bit of trouble finishing off these fights. I mean, they're getting picks early, but they just can't really follow through. And once that microwave from the side of from Llama starts to get going, it's really hard to bring back a fight. And you know, the Sigma looked like it was working out really well early, but then he got taken down. It's a little bit unfortunate there.
Teleporter's down. They all go through. Venno does not make it, however. He guys the Llama there. That is not exactly continuing to start a fight. The Shatter lands! It's a 4-man! And the wall goes up. Eden takes out one. Keener another. And I think that might be all she wrote. The contestant is going to come in here, but it's a very big struggle. KO9 is antied, and that Lucio's riding around, but he catches the hammer. Vertile down. Eden takes out Jennifer, and it's Reinhardt just desperately swinging in point against a very healthy Reinhardt who wins in the end. Keener takes out 7-11, and I think that's all she wrote, 49%.
What an important fight win for Apocalypse. They needed that one bad. You know, because if they lose that one, then Mountaineers going to be able to get up towards that 70-80% mark, and now they're stopped at 50%, so Apocalypse can start putting some percentage on this point. Going to be able to get up to around 20% before getting engaged on here.
I think that match really came down to Demon Breed landing that massive shatter. What more can you really ask for from a main tank right now in these kind of high pressure situations here? The microwave is set up, but the ball ultimate is in there. High Noon can stall it out, takes out two, but the ball ultimate is there, and I already claimed Fuzzy Puddles. It's even right now as Brave Monk takes out Venno. And that pin is going through, and he takes out Demon Breed. The beat is sustained on either side, but the later beat will last a little bit longer. Brave Monk taking out another, and I think that's going to be all she wrote as a very quick retake here. Only 41% gain from side of Apocalypse as the retake's going over. It looks like Bushi's going to try to stall, but catches a quick hammer, and 7-11 finishes him off.
Yeah, I mean, 44% gain from the side of Apocalypse, which honestly is not bad for a single fight win, but, you know, of course, Mountaineers can be able to get up at that 60% mark here going into this next fight. See if Apocalypse can bring it back, see if they can take this round two.
Dragon's coming in early, seems to have gotten the split, but not a lot of re-engage or follow-up on that. Keener and Eden look very unhealthy, but no one really pushes into them. Nano comes out, Flux is out, going in. Shatter gets blocked, however. Demon Breed not coming up clutch this time. Keener is, though. Venno gets out one with the ultimate, and Keener takes out Llama. That very hard carry on the first round. Looks like the Sim Microwave got the better of him this time. And now it's that Sigma versus Zarya. The sustain. Oh, the rock to shut down the ultimate there. What more can you ask? Venno just annihilates the Shatter. Don't even need to block it. Eden pops two sheep. Ends the career of Genofran. That unmissable beam. And Eden get a 4K this round. Shuts them down. Eden popping off when it matters. Coming up on the teams.
Eden's there just for the cleanup. I mean, Veneno, what a great engage from him. You know, a big Flux is able to get one. Gets another kill after that as well. And a big rock towards the end there as well for Veneno, and then Eden just cleans it up. Beautiful fight win for them. That's exactly what they needed.
Teleporter in. Eden's there with the High Noon. The Coalescence is in there, melting them down. Vertile takes out Eden, though, as Eden ransoms back on the 7-11. Keener taking out Llama. Is down to Blue Sheep, and Keener takes out the Brave Monk. Keener with a 2K right now, both tanks gone, and that's going to be back to the drawing board. Luckily, it was a swift death, so it's 80%. They will have a recontest here, but Vertile's got to escape with his life, and it looks like he will half HP with a Dream, and that was really just two ultimates used to win that fight here. It's a very big ult economy. Jennifer needs to land this beat just right if he's going to sustain his team through the coming onslaught. KO9's got to build this grab as fast as he can. 95% ticking up. The engage is coming in. The Shatter from Demon Breed is a huge difference maker right now. There's that early beat. I don't know if that's what you want, but the Nano onto the Reinhardt. The Shatter gets blocked. Shatter gets blocked a second time, this time by the Sim wall. That's a blooper moment. Keener takes out the Brave Monk. The Flux is up. Fuzzy takes out Jennifer. Vertile in the back takes out Blue Sheep, but Demon Breed answers on a Vertile. Eden pops one. Demon Breed is pinning and swinging and killing his opposition right now, and it is 1-1 on Lingzhan.
Yeah, I mean, Keener and Demon Breed, they're just able to get that microwave up. They're able to, you know, get some swings in. And really, that's all you need at the end of the day. The beat wasn't quite enough. The Shatters went back and forth, both got blocked. But at the end of the day, and Apocalypse was able to take it. And we're going to go into round 3, going into Control Center. And, you know, I think we're going to see some pretty similar comps on both sides. You know, you tend to see the same things. You tend to see the Lucios. You tend to see Junkrat. You tend to see Reinhardt. I mean, some differences on both sides, but the play style probably going to be pretty similar.
What do you think about this Fuzzy Puddles Ana versus 7-Eleven's Moira here as we unlock and start moving to the point?
I tend to like the Ana pick a little bit more right now. I mean, Moira puts out a lot of healing, But I mean, at the end of the day, Ana has just that much more utility. Like the nades are huge. You know, sleeps are huge as well. So we're gonna see how it
Huge
turns
nade.
out.
Speaking of which, there's a 4-man nade in the back line of Mountaineers, and they really can't push with that. And it looks like the composition here, designed by Apocalypse, is doing exactly what it wants. It's spamming. Fuzzy Puddle comes in
another
with
big
another 4.
anti!
Good lord, and
Wow.
Vertile finally found Ziona and dinks her head off, but not before she lands 2 huge nades, allowing them cap point for basically free here. And this is a spam comp with a sim that's just going to do exactly what it wants. Eden takes out 7 before they can even really rotate in here, and the tanks are all alone now with a lone Lucio backing them up. It seems like Hanzo's putting in damage from long range, and Benno goes down here, caught by the rotation.
Benno goes down.
Eden answers onto the Brave Monk though, and there's definitely an aim for a re-engage here. Demon Breed walks back on his point. There's a high charge Zarya in his face. He doesn't have a whole lot. Jennifer takes him out from the back. And it looks like Apocalypse walking away from what seemed to be a very winnable fight there. Vertile coming up on that dragon very quickly, and KO9 slacking in this grab. It looks like there's going to be a chance of re-entry. What are you thinking now?
Absolutely. I mean, Fuzzy Puddle's absolutely going off in that fight. I mean, even though she got picked early, there's 2 huge nades, and as well as you kill, she gets a frag as well. I mean, you can't really ask for more from her in that fight.
Here comes the aggression. There's the Nano.
Oh, big shatter!
Shut down by Swift down. But Eden picks a llama in this entry, and Demon Breed
a triple fire strike!
A triple fire strike! Good lord, the Brave Monk is here, and he says, oh, not today. Vertile takes out Blue Sheep, and KO9 answers on the Demon Breed. Monk with a 14 by 3 from a single fire strike. This man walks the earth like a legend.
And this guy absolutely going off a triple fire strike. How often do you see that? You don't see that very often. Eden with a big kill here on Llama. They're going to be able to
say,
on that.
the first couple maps there seemed very like it was a battle of CPS here. Who's going to get more value? The Vertile takes out 2, and Llama is losing this fight to Eden over and over again. KO9 is starting to need 3. It's just a cleanup now. The Vertile takes 3rd. But
and wow. WVU Mountaineers taking another fight there. They're going to go up to near that 80% mark. They're in a pretty good position to win this map. And Apocalypse here on the back foot. They're going to be able to come in here. A couple ults on their way.
Here comes Ice breaking out the Shatter out of desperation. Doesn't find any. Fire coming in. Finds the 2K. It's falling apart now if you're Apocalypse. They're coming in. Is not landing. Keener picked out 2 from the grave, which is out of Benno's head with his mines. That's going to be 99% to 17. Not a lot of great stuff there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, WVU Mountaineers going to be able to take this map. It was generally pretty even. I mean, it went to 3 rounds, so definitely not a domination by any means. I think this series is going to be a pretty close one. I think we're going to see a really close series today, and I'm really excited for it. And great play of the game from Demon Breed with that double mines and that 3rd kill as well. Some fantastic plays as well. Eden on that Echo, also fantastic. So looks like we're going to be going into a 3-minute intermission here. Going into this next map, it is currently 1-0 for West Virginia University Mountaineers, and we're going to be going into an intermission, I suppose. So we will see you guys on the other side of that.
All right.
We'll be back.
Alrighty, everybody. Sorry about the technical issues at the end of the match, but we are back here, and it is 1-0 for Apocalypse versus Mountaineers. But I got something to say, Octave. Listen up, my man.
Yeah, what do you
Real
got to
talk
say?
here.
Yeah.
Do you like skins?
I do like skins, yeah. Do you like skins?
Boxes?
Do I like what, sorry?
Do you like loot boxes?
I do like loot boxes.
What about, you play Hearthstone? You like Hearthstone cards?
I don't play Hearthstone, but I'm sure getting Hearthstone cards would be pretty sweet.
Then you should hit the follow button, because we are giving away $20 right now. $20, free money, Blizzard Balance giveaway for 200 followers. That's our goal. Hit that follow button. Let's go, guys.
Hit that follow button if you like free money. If you want to get that Blizzard Balance, hit that follow button. You'll be entered into our giveaway for that 200 follower mark. So.
Alrighty, everybody. So we're going to King's Row here, and the composition's opening up in 15 seconds. Before that happens, I want to yell out here. We got Twid coming in for Vino on the side of Apocalypse. Resley in for Keener. Two big names coming back in here. Baritone and Dacus have swapped out with Fuzzy Puddles and Blue Sheep here. It's a totally different support line. No changes on the sides of Mountaineers, which you can't really blame them. I mean, they win a map. Why would you take out the people hot here? But what are you thinking of going into this match here, Octave?
I mean, I like how Eden is kept in. I think he was playing really well in that last map. So, you know, I definitely agree with keeping him in. The switches, I mean, I guess kind of wanting to see how some other players would fare in a situation like this. I mean, King's Row, very brawl-centric map. Dak, as we know, is a great Lucio. So, you know, I think this one's going to be a close one. I think we're going to see a really good match here. And again, same thing. It's the Sigma versus this ball. I want to see how this sort of dynamic is going to play out.
Alrighty, here, and we're going into it. Opening in 3, 2, 1. The ball is gone. The Zarya is out. Fire Strike doesn't find anything, and neither does the Rock. It looks like a Widow in the sky, though. Eden's going to have to watch his head.
Absolutely right.
Here comes the engage. They're making it slow through. The speed is there, however. Demon Breed trying to answer. Goes low real fast. The Brave Monk. Demon Breed turned up. Very dangerous time to be a Reinhardt right now. Shield's going down on both sides. Demon Breed, the only one left with the shield, so they're going to get a little aggressive here. The Brave Monk pays for his match of aggression there. Without the shield, he dies. Twid takes out 7-11. The Widow's on a long angle, but not really finding a whole lot of value right now. Not a lot of shots against this double shield composition, so maybe want to switch that one up pretty fast.
Yeah, the double shield composition, not exactly great for Widows. It's hard to find those sight lines. So I think they're going to stick on this Widow. It can get some value. But no, that's the first fight going the way of Apocalypse. The first fight is always one of the biggest ones if you're defending a big point.
They look like they're wrapped through Hotel here. The stun is not catching them off our guard there. Eden takes a flank and whips it out.
That
anti's there, and Baritone coming in clutch with the nano and an anti to clean this up. And Eden just flanks around, taking out the sports there, and Resley popping Vertile in the face, showing, hey, I can McCree too. Watch it. Baritone coming in clutch though. That's the first ultimate on the map there, and I got a little social media click here from Baritone. He says, I think the support line of Apocalypse is going to really wow Mountaineers, and if they're not careful, then they're gonna get outplayed. So that's a big word coming out from Baritone here, and it's a very dangerous game. And I think so far he's holding it up. The trash talk is real, everybody, and that Flux is coming out. Looks like it's gonna catch 7-11. That's not really where you want to get caught. Gets out of it with
big shadow though.
Fade, and the shadow is down. Demon Breed being Mr. Consistent with this today. Resley takes out 7-11's head, and Dacus takes out the Brave Monk. Resley's there with the ult, and KO9 does not last very long. Resley popping 4 right now.
Absolutely. Resley gonna get a few kills there, and that's another fight going the way of Apocalypse here. And there's a couple minutes left on this clock. About half that time bank is burned off the clock already. So, you know, we're gonna see if Apocalypse is gonna be able to hold up this quality of defense here.
Absolutely, and see how this plays out.
And they're taking to the back of point here. Demon Breed's on this ball now.
Engage is there. The monkey lands in. Demon Breed's answering. They're taking up residence on this point, and a beat is there to sustain them. There's the kills coming through. It looks like Dive was the answer. In fact, beat to answer. Dacus is a little bit later, though. It's gonna not quite get as many people, and they're gonna have to run away. They're gonna maybe want that ultimate back.
Yeah, they might want that beat back. You know, he could have used it a little bit earlier. Did save the teammates that were already alive, that were still alive. However, I mean, not exactly a lot of value there when you've pretty much already lost the fight, and now we're going to see WVU Mountaineers heading into this second section of the map. They're going to go through this streets phase, and it looks like they're going to try to take as much space as they can. However,
actually, they're backing off a little bit here on space, and Jenna Fran's making his move over to the Zen. He's going to move the cart along, and looks like they're just setting up a kill box here for Demon Breed, who's going to walk right into it. Tracer kind of misses him, though. And the defense is coming out here on this streets phase. We're not seeing any Ryans or Zarya's, which is kind of weird. And that ball ultimately comes out, and they're landing, but not a lot of kills coming away from it. There's a lot of low people, though. Baritone gets taken out by Fertile in the back line, and that's not quite the sting of a DPS we were looking for. There's a Primal Monkey in the face. The Mines is on the ground, but it's not really going to get very much value if the whole team's already kind of dead. Gets Fertile, though. I've been proven wrong. Eden's gonna pop away KO9, but not really confirm any kills. Demon Breed is looking very low. They could dive onto him. Gets a health pack, so he's gonna stay in a little bit longer. But so far, they're fighting in third. The points doesn't cap in second. Like, this Kurt's just been chugging along. Hasn't really stopped that yet.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Apocalypse, something has to change here. This dive is working too well against the backline. Demon Breed, however, is gonna get a big pick here.
Takes him out of the flux, and Eden is popping that mirror. It looks like a Genji Blade's going to be coming online. Nano's already out, though, and the res comes onto the Brave Monk. Not fast enough. Demon Breed takes out Jin of Fran, and that's one of the downsides of him in the Zen. More damage, but easier dive target. Big anti on the main tank, and Genji Blade coming out just a little bit too late. Demon Breed pops the Brave Monk, though. I think it's all over anyway. And Eden's still coming in big there, taking out 7-11.
Yeah, I mean, the Blade was a little bit late, but I mean, it was Apocalypse's Blade, considering Eden copied that Genji about halfway through this fight, was able to get a blade off, but, you know, the Echo copy went down before he could get that blade off. Vertile still does have his blade, which is going to be a pretty big ultimate. Oh,
KO9's taking a nap in the backline. It's going to be a free Echo charge. She's already up to 15% off of one sleep. That's a great play from Baritone there. That's kind of like the spiky DPS we were looking to see. As they're making this approach now, it'll be a difficult one. They use both cooldowns and get very little value from their entry. However, the re-entry, this has been a very good hold. Army Llama pops off one, but takes his own life with it. It's a suicide bomber, and Eden takes out two in the back line. There goes the Genji, there goes the Mercy. And it's just the tanks on the front line right now. One's anti. Dawkins takes him out. He says, nope, my Ana doesn't get touched.
Yeah, I see. Apocalypse is doing a much better job protecting their backline now. Baritone is really starting to get that value. I mean, he wasn't protected very well on, like, earlier in this streets phase. Got caught out early a couple of times, but now he's really showing up. Now he's starting to get that value, and now we're seeing that Baritone that we know. You know, I think we're gonna see a pretty great performance here from Baritone.
Absolutely, there's a stalwart amount of ult coming up here on the side of Apocalypse. I did not want to be pushing into this. Vertile needs to use this blade. He's been holding it a very long time. The Mines is out. Twid is low. Discorded too. It looks like he's going to be the target. The Mines has come out from Demon Breed now. There's the blade, but it's instantly shut down. Resley says no! Pops him in the face, and the Flux is there on the Primal Monkey. The Trance is there to counter it, but I don't think it'll be enough. It will be enough. The Nano wants Twid, however, on the high ground. That's a lethal Sigma right now, and an anti on the Llama. He's not looking healthy. KO9 has to pop the shielding. He's getting melted pretty fast. Eden has moved over to a secondary wrecking ball. There are a lot of balls on this map right now. Resley pops two. What more can you ask for from this man? That's a 3K in this fight, including the Nano Blade Genji. Vertile goes down in the end. Just, I don't know. I feel like his presence was not quite felt on this streets phase like it was on Li Jiang. Octave, pick your brain about it. What needs to change if you're Mountaineers?
I mean, I think Apocalypse did a really, really great job of countering what Mountaineers were doing. I mean, Mountaineers were on this dive. You know, after those first couple of fights, they switched to the dive and was going really well. Then Apocalypse, they switched to the full stuns. They brought that McCree, they brought that Sigma, they brought the Ana. Was really able to shut down the Mountaineers tanks. They were really able to shut down Brave Monk and KO9. So I think they did a great job there. Vertile, we didn't really see a whole lot of them there. I mean, I don't think the Genji worked very well. I mean, the Genji hasn't really been working very well this whole time. I mean, especially even on Lijiang Tower, the Genji didn't work very well, but then once he went over to that Kree, started working a little better, and now looks like we're going to see the Ashe, which I like that Ashe pick a lot more than the Genji from earlier. What do you think about it?
I think I'm more interested in this Llama teasing us with Torbjorn. That's something you don't see every day. I think it's going to catch... oh no, as I say that, the Resley switched off Tracer, so I don't know what the Torbjorn's really going to do here. I guess it's going to be a lot of frontline damage, but Gotta wonder if it's a pre-made strat. Resley moving over to this Widow means we're looking at a double sniper with a Orisa Hog. That's an awful lot of pick potential. What's your brain about that, Octave?
I mean, I like it. Orisa's now, and I mean, I assume if this Roadhog doesn't work, Twid's probably going to go over to that Sigma, you know, go for that double shield look. So, I mean, there's a lot of flexibility available in this comp. Ooh, but as you say, that Demon Breed going over to this ball, not opting for that Orisa.
Resley making the move over to the Tracer. Looks like a Tracer Echo here. That's a lot of backline pressure coming out, and Vertile's going to have to watch himself. They're making this approach. Vertile's already 20% to his ult, so he's definitely doing a very good. They know what they're doing. Eden has popped off that turret, though, and that's the danger of having a torch turret. It's just kind of like going to sit there and get melted pretty fast. There's a sleep! How the hell did they get that sleep through the shield? Baritone must be a master of landing these, and that's a huge slam. A lot of damage going down, and a lot of ult charge going over to Demon Breed. That's both bubbles used now. And they're making this approach as an anti on the main tank, and he is not looking very healthy. Eden finds them with the beam, and they laser him apart. Zarya has a beam of her own, but she's having a hard time getting in here with half health and a lot of damage being poured at her. KO9 takes out Demon Breed, but I don't know if it'll be enough as Eden falls back on the KO9, and Jinna Fran is low. Eden annihilates him too. That's a 4K for this man right now. And Resley taking out 2 of his own. He's showing up in the kill feed. These are 2 monstrous DPS right now, and they are taking it to Mountaineers.
That Eden's showing up on like this Echo pick. I mean, you know, especially even on Lijiang, the Echo pick was absolutely massive, and now we're seeing it again. I love this Echo look from Eden. I mean, he's doing really well, and he's really dismantling the Mountaineers here.
Absolutely, and they're already setting up here with a very aggressive second point attack. Eden coming up very quick. Resley not quite finding that purchase he wanted to with the pulse bomb, but whatever. We farmed those pretty fast. Twid's on an off angle right now, and he's getting pushed by the entirety of Mountaineers up this staircase. And in that rotation, Demon Breed picks out Vertile, so it's an even trade for Twid's life.
Yeah, it's an even trade. I mean, but I mean, when you're missing your Hog, it's you don't have a whole lot of pushing power, so they're gonna have to back off. Resley in this backline, he is gonna also escape. It looks like, or maybe not. He goes down to Llama. That's a gigantic stagger. They're gonna have to wait for him before going in. But they do have 4 minutes and 30 seconds on this clock to use. Try to get to the end of this Streets phase and win this map.
Now we have KO9 coming up on that grab. That could be a game-winning ultimate. But in the meantime, there's 5 ultimates going to be online for the side of Apocalypse. It is a very scary time to be living on this map. The Brave Monk is intent on holding this, but that ball ultimate is coming in on that back line, and it takes out Jinna Fran very quickly. There's the anti onto the front line, and Resley's there on Vertile. There's just so many angles. Demon Breed with a 3K right now, and Eden popping off the Brave Monk. It looks like they're going to walk through this KO9 with a desperation move, but his grab got very little value there because of a very aggressive play. Demon Breed showing up right now.
Demon Breed showing up. I mean, if you look at the ult banks, you know, Apocalypse only had to use 1 ult there, and it was Baritone's Nano on Twid to save his life. I mean, and considering all the space that Apocalypse has taken, they've got the ults to back it up, so it's looking pretty good for Apocalypse here.
Bob to get the engage. It's going to be in range of contesting the point, I think. The Nano's out, so is the beat to sustain. They pick out, the Shatter goes down, a beat to sustain, but I think that might be in vain as in oh my god, the sleep on the Reaper. Eden is insane on this auto pick, and there's another Nano onto a ball right now. Might as well use it if you've already made the dupe. The shield is down as a huge slam, and another ultimate. That's got to be 1 minute on this Demon Breed charge for his bomb ultimate. He just used that in the last fight. He's already got another one.
Absolutely.
Massive value, but there goes that ult bank that we were talking about, that 5 ult bank. It seems like the only ultimate that's going to be online for this next fight is Demon Breed's bombs, and it's going to come in pretty clutch. I don't know, maybe Baritone gets it in the mid-fight, but 7-11's time is pretty fast too, so that'll be matched as well. Absolutely. There's that mines I was just talking about, and Jinna Fran is in a bad spot. He takes a lot of damage, and the Monk is antied and half HP right now, and it gets annihilated from behind. Resley's there to clean up the kill. These antis have been insane from Baritone so far. Llama, identifying that threat. He seeks and destroys. The Ana is down. The Brave Monk has respawned. Can he get in here fast enough? That ball is making havoc. The Vertile pops off Eden with the dynamite, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good stall coming out so far if they do make the re-engage.
And the members of Apocalypse are not quite back yet. I mean, that leaves only 4 members of Apocalypse trying to fight this point against 6. It doesn't look like it's going to be very successful. It looks like they're going to have to regroup and try again. They've got 2 minutes left to try to push this panel to the end. They're only a few meters away, so 1 more fight win is going to secure Apocalypse this map win.
Now they're
Ult
coming up on a
economy's
lot of
looking-
ults here, both
looking
sides.
pretty
This
similar.
fight's going to be pretty chaotic. What do you want to see coming out here, Octave?
I mean, I want to see some ults get used. I think that's exactly what we're going to see.
Well, just as you say that, we see Bob coming out here, and that's a pretty fast move. Llama's sleeping in the back line on the high ground there. That's a crazy good sleep from Baritone. Again, he seems to be a seeker with these ones, just finding that crazy angle to line it up. Eden farming that ult. He's at 80% right now. They got a minute 30, so they do have another fight if this doesn't go their way, but they've got a lot of ultimates online here.
Absolutely.
Slam goes in, and Eden taking out 7 is not how you want to
Oh,
start
what a
that.
big
That's
shatter.
not being huge shatter. Twins low, but Presley finds 1. Llama finds 2, though. There goes Baritone 2 off that back of the shatter. And Dax's beat just doesn't quite come in fast enough. Not a lot of stuff to block that shatter. Twid kind of the only one really standing a chance there, and he didn't quite get it. So they still have a lot of ultimates, lots of ults on both sides still. So what do you see that needs to happen here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Apocalypse has got to get a couple kills early here. They're getting some kills, but they're not able to finish off any fights. They need to, you know, really put the nail in the coffin here. They need to follow through on some ultimates, get a few combos off, and see if they can do it.
They engage on Llama, but Presley takes him out. It's taken out by Llama. The beat is there to answer the flux. That's exactly what they needed to do. The mines is there to exit, but Llama popping off 2, and that bomb is coming in as well. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Demon Breed can touch. They have 2 ultimates remaining. They got this dupe and a nano. So what do you got to see here? Do you dupe Reaper, or do you dupe Ryan and maybe nano him into the fight there?
I mean, it
10
kind of
seconds.
depends what you need. I mean, if he's going to use dupe in the mid fight, it's going to have to be a little bit of an in-the-moment decision. I want to see what he does. It's going to be really interesting.
There's the touch. There's the shielding. Just keep him up. Dupe onto the Ryan. The nano onto the Ryan. Looks like I called it. Pushing in. That's an anti. Huge anti right now. Shatter already out. Laying down Vertile in the back line, and the tank line's just getting wrecked right now. Triple tanks, shades of goats right now as Llama gets taken out. And there's another Shatter! Vertile's on the ground again! Dax is there to clean him up this time. Eden going really big with this Ryan pick right now, and Resley's popping off Jenna Fran's head, and I think that's going to be it. It is 1-1 at time.
Just in the nick of time, 413 Apocalypse is able to push through with a big dupe from Eden. Able to get that Reinhardt, able to get a couple shatters off, both of which were pretty big. You know, Eden really showing up when his team needs him. Big clutch factor. I mean, a great map win for Apocalypse. They really needed that one. And
I gotta say, Apocalypse has been having some pretty gross antis this match. Like, whether it's Fuzzy Puddles or Baritone on the map, they just need to find the angle, and it's hard to fight when your teams all can't get healed.
Yeah, I mean, when your healers are useless, it's a little bit tough to win fights. So Baritone, Fuzzy Puddles really able to get those antis in. You know, really showing up here, really showing what supports are capable of. So
I don't know about you, Octave, but I love fighting against teams that are entirely antied.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. It's pretty easy to win a fight when none of the members of the other team can get any heals. I mean, that's why Ana's Nade is one of the most powerful abilities in this game, because it essentially renders supports useless. And, well, the anti's gigantic from the side of Apocalypse.
You know what else I love, Octave?
What else do you love?
Free money!
Free money.
Free money!
I agree.
You know how you guys can get free money right now? It's 1-1 in the 413 Esports OCS Championship Series, and you can get free money if you go and hit that follow button right now, everybody.
Yeah, hit that follow button. You'll be entered into our giveaway at 200 followers. So hit that follow button. You'll be entered. You can win some free money. It's Blizzard balance. Why would you not want to do it?
Again, this is 1-1 at the halftime. I'd like to get you all a huge shout out. These teams are playing it great, and I want you to stick around while we go to a short break. already. We're back and at it again. It is 1-1. These are all tied up. We're going to Volskaya Industries here for our map 3 versus 413 Apocalypse and MVU at Mountaineers. Joining me on this desk is Octave. Octave, man, that match was insane. We had Demon Breed popping with 4Ks, and Eden has been popping off all game. We got a couple substitutions coming in right now. Octave, who are we seeing in this lineup?
We're seeing Twid coming back out, Veneto going back in. We're going to see Fuzzy Puddles and Blue Sheep coming back in on the support line, replacing Baritone and Dacus. And then we're going to see the DPS switch up as well. Mad Wolf and Keener going in for Eden, as well as Resley here.
I gotta say,
Eden,
man, I don't know what these coaches are thinking. Taking Eden out, that man was
Eden
playing
out,
hot right now. Hot
Big
fire.
eye.
Demon Breed, however, having some pretty good plays. Have you seen Mad Wolf play yet?
I have not seen Mad Wolf play yet. We're going to see if he can pick up where Eden left off. See if he can really start getting these kills the way Eden was earlier. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with taking Eden out of the lineup, considering he is probably one of the main reasons as to why they were able to, clutch out King's Row. But I want to see what Mad Wolf can do. I mean, again, I haven't seen a whole lot of him, but I think we might be in for a surprise here if he's really able to step up.
Absolutely. I just want to touch on the compositions right now. It looks like it's Genji Sombra dive coming out versus double sniper, double shield hold. What do you think about that, Octave?
I mean, the Genji again, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but the Sombra I think is a great choice. I think Sombra tends to be extremely powerful, especially with these EMPs are gigantic. So I think we're in for a good one.
Okay, Demon Breed has been the only person to really land the big shatter so far, so we'll see if he can keep it up. Jenna Fran taking on Mad Wolf very fast. That's not how you really want to step up to that plate. And Venom, Vertile has reflected that fire strike already, so he's 31% to that ult. He's a fast charge on this blade right now. And they're going to have to look to try and get some purchase here. KO9 in the back line, though, taking out Blue Sheep. That's not really what you want to see. He's popping off too. Ben is down as well, and Vertile in the front takes out Demon Breed. And that is a well-coordinated dive, annihilating them all on their own Mega.
Oh, fantastic dive there. KO9 gets 3 in that fight. Going absolutely big in this first fight, and now it looks like WVU Mountaineers are going to have a pretty comfy time bank of over 6 minutes to try to capture the second point. A great first fight. It's always a great feeling when you're able to capture the first point in your first fight.
It looks like they're setting up on this high ground here. Mad Wolf has made the change. He's on a Reaper now. Wants to try and get some fat damage in on this monkey here as he dives onto a ball and quite a questionable dive target. Looks like Llama's going to go down in the backline. Keener with a long-range shot, but KO9 is on Blue Sheep. That's a much better dive target. And Bandit is taking out Jin. The blade is in and Keener is down, but Vertile needs to find some more with his blade. Finds Ven. Mad Wolf takes out KO9's mech, but I think that might be just enough to sustain for a little while. The both Valkyrie Mercies are roaming around this point, just trying to sustain, and it's not a lot of damage coming out from these tank lines who are just the only ones left standing. Vertile is farming up that next blade. The Primal comes out, smashes people around, puts Blue Sheep off the map, and KO9 takes out Keener. This has suddenly become very winnable for the side of Mountaineers. Demon Breed's very healthy though, sustaining the stall. Not a tick happening yet. The EMP is massive though, takes out 3. K9 and the follow-up is there to take him out. The Dragon's coming in from spawn, but the Trans to answer it. It'll be a rush play here. Blue Sheep puts up window, puts up the Matrix, and gets deleted. Vertile already on a Brave Monkey taking out Keener on that Doomfist with a recontest, and I don't think Demon Breed gets there in time. A real shame, 98% of his ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, WVU Mountaineers, they're really able to get an extremely comfortable time bank. They actually gained time there. They're up at 4 minutes 45 seconds. It really didn't take them all too long. It's an extremely comfortable time bank.
That was blistering. They just ran through them.
Speed. They did.
Ridiculous.
I was
a little gliss here,
fast.
a little dive there, and it's over. 4 minutes 45 seconds. That's more than they even started with in the original time.
Yeah, it's basically over just as quick as it started. And I mean, I think we saw Blue Sheep go down a few times more than he probably should have. I mean, he went down relatively early on both first and second point. Went down, I think, second on that first point. Also went down, I believe he went down first, actually, on that second point as well. And you know what I'm very happy about is that we finally saw a little bit of value from the Genji. was able to get the blade out, gets a 2K, really busted the second point wide open for the Mountaineers. Vertile finally able to find some value on that Genji, which I'm very happy about. He's going to be on this Ashe here, though.
It looks like Keener is going to have to fill these shoes of Eden with the Echo, and it looks like a very brawl-centric support line with a very dive-centric tank line. We'll see how this plays out. I think I'm more inclined to like the composition coming out from the Mountaineers right now, but dive defense is not an easy one to play, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I think we're in for a good one here. You know, I think the Zenyatta is going to be a pretty big dive target, but other than that, this comp looks pretty airtight.
That's some good shots coming out from Vertile right off the start. He's already at 23% to his ultimate. He's probably going to get the first one ready at this rate. And the dive is coming through. Demon Breed is an ape in the backline and eats the death. And Vertile popping off Keener in the sky, and that's 42% to the ultimate already. Mad Wolf putting in work, evidently, because he's 45% to his pulse bomb, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. And Llama getting a very fast EMP going up right now. He's at 53% already. Vertile popping off Mad Wolf at the exit of that fight, and it's going to be a bad stagger to reclaim this. Not a lot of momentum coming in here. It seems like a really slow and kind of discoordinated dive. What are you thinking, Octave?
Yeah, I mean, look at the ultimates on the side of the Mountaineers already. I mean, they're already about halfway to all of their ults, and that EMP especially up at 60% already. And the look, 75% on that bomb is some huge ult charge here.
Okay, now they're wrapping a run through. It looks like they're going to go for this Mega and this high ground control, but the dive, the tanks are going to be there contesting it. Demon Breed's going extremely low very quickly. It looks like that Discord might come in really handy as Ven got it right now. The bomb is in the tiny little room and everyone's struggling to get out. They do manage to get out in time, but Ven is looking very low right now. Easy target with that Discord on him, and the tanks are getting aggressive right now. Fuzzy Puddle's the only one with an ultimate, but she's also the only one dead right now, and there she goes. That is not how you want to start this fight. Demon Breed answering back with Jin of Fran right before he gets that Transcendence, and Llama takes out Demon Breed. It's going to be a slow walk back from Zen, so they might have an opportunity if they die quickly and come back into this. However, that res is there. Keener does take out Llama, but maybe a little too late. Blue Sheep answering on Vertile as well, but he's going to give his life for it too.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to get anything from that. Venendo's going to take the dip into an ice bath, and they're going to have to restart. They're going to have to, you know, reset, go in again. And look, KO9 absolutely putting on a performance here, getting kill, really protecting his team really well, diving extremely well. So a great performance from him so far.
Mad Wolf has moved over to this Sombra. Maybe they're going to try and hack. Who would you be doing right now? I think I'd be hacking that's D.Va. They're just kind of offering yourself up right there right now. Hacker, diver, but it doesn't seem to be. Looks like they're going to take this left side rotation. The long range jump gets denied by that Echo, but the hack is on the net. He doesn't have a whole lot of peel. Keener takes him out of the fight. Vertile, however, pops two, takes out Mad Wolf, takes out Fuzzy, takes out a third with the bomb on Venom. KO9 answering on the Demon Breed. Ven did one with the bomb, but is it going to be enough? There's a Echo duplicate on a Mercy right now. Just gonna pocket Blue Sheep. That's kind of awkward. Vertile says, yeah, you can get that shenanigans out of my house. Pops Keener in the face once in the Echo form and once in the dupe form.
Yeah, I mean, that Mercy pick, it would have been better had the rest of his team, you know, been a little bit more alive, but Mad Wolf only 30% to his EMP. He got popped by Vertile earlier in that last fight, so a little bit underwhelming from him. But hopefully he can get up this EMP a little bit quicker. You know, they've barely got any time left.
They're making this dive again with the Ashe to boop him off, but he doesn't quite get that same purchase. The tanks are battling down on the high ground, but Vertile takes his off angle, pops
Mad Wolf goes down again.
Llama goes in, takes out Blue Sheep in the back line, and it's a primal Demon Breed, not getting a whole lot of value right now, going very low. Ben's Adam Mac Vertile gets the better of Keener in that duel, and this has been really discoordinated, and it looks like maybe in that roster change up they lost something fundamental here because they're kind of getting smashed. This looks going to be a full hold.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks like Lucio's getting ready for the touch, but I don't know if they're going to go for it. The beat is there, but not quite in time. He was so close.
Oh no! Doesn't get on in time. And he was waiting for it too. He tried to time it properly. Didn't get on in time, and I mean, yeah, if I'm being honest, that was a little bit of a domination from the Mountaineers here. I mean, it really doesn't get much more dominant than that. And
oh my god, what a shot.
Yeah,
Vertile really putting on a great performance here as he's just dismantling the team of Apocalypse, and that is not at all what we saw last game.
Yeah, I mean, completely different story in that map. I mean, I gotta say, a little bit underwhelmed from that Sombra performance there. Went down early, went down extremely early twice there. Wasn't able to get an EMP up. Of course, really unfortunate, but we're gonna go into this next map and momentum definitely on the side of WVU Mountaineers, but gonna see if Apocalypse can really pull it together. Maybe they're gonna put Eden back in the lineup. I don't know what we're gonna see, but hopefully they're gonna be able to bring this back. Hopefully send it to a map 5.
It'll be a tough match here if they play like this again, but the score is currently 2-1, so there is some semblance of life in Apocalypse. We'll have to see it come out in the next match, and maybe some subs again. Not exactly the opening performance you want if you're Mad Wolf here, but he did have a couple plays, so it'll be interesting to see him in the future. Until then, we're gonna go to a little short break. This is 413 Suspect signing out with 413 Octave until after the break. Stay in tune. Back into this match. It's 2-1 currently for Mountaineers against 413 Apocalypse, and some subs have come in. The Kings Row team is back. Twid is in the lineup for Ven. Ven, not really a downfall there, but I think Twid definitely popped off on Kings Row. Eden coming in. That's that big carry we saw both maps. He was putting on great performances. They took him out. He needed a rester. What are you thinking about this, Octave?
I mean, we see all 5 members of Apocalypse that came out last round are coming back in for this next map. And, I can't say I blame them. They played really well on the Kings Row, and, I think they're going to bring the same sort of energy that they brought before into Rialto. And I especially like the DPS lineup of Eden and Resley going into Rialto. You tend to see a lot of snipers on this map. Eden and Resley probably their best snipers. Resley especially. Don't underestimate this man. His hit scan abilities are fantastic. And if Blue Sky Industries, maybe not exactly Apocalypse's best map, but Rialto, it's their map pick. They have a good lineup for it. And I think it's going to be a really interesting one here. What do you think?
Absolutely. I am looking forward to it, and I'm already excited just looking at this composition here that we're getting teased about a little bit here. Looks like Baritone on the Brigitte. That is not something you see every day. Oh, no, never mind. We're getting absolutely bamboozled by a lobby that hasn't started yet, and Mad Wolf has currently left the game. Understandable. Probably needs a wash and break. Tough game, and we're coming out in here. What do we look to see? I am looking for double shield and spam compositions, but we've been seeing an awful lot of dive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Mountaineers might try the dive some more because it's been working so well for them. But I think Apocalypse is going to go for that tried and true, the double shield. But I think they're going to play snipers. Eden on that Echo, I absolutely agree with as well. He's been popping off on that Echo. Resley on the Widowmaker, definitely a great pick. And look, the Hog Sigma, definitely pretty standard on Rialto. So I really love this comp from the side of Apocalypse. And yeah, on the other side of things, it's the dive again. We're looking at the Winston Diva, Genji Sombra, and then the Zen Mercy, the comp that's been working so well for them as of late. The Sombra's been huge. Even the Genji has been getting a pretty decent amount of value, considering he's not that good right now.
So if you're the side of Mountaineers, who are you diving right now? Are you just going to dive the Widow and try to get that pick? Because really, I mean, there's not a whole lot of other diveable characters here.
Yeah, I mean, either the Widow, you could maybe go for Lucio as well. A little bit of a tough dive target. But I mean, yeah, that's probably what they're going to try to do, I would assume. Get onto Resley here, really make sure he can't get shots off.
Okay, Resley's up on this high ground, but so are the tanks of the opposition Mountaineers claiming quick high ground control, but it looks like Apocalypse is all too happy to give it up. There's a huge rock on Vertile and a hook to finish him off. That's not how you want to start this. A hack goes off. Dacus is hacked and not looking very healthy. That's exactly the kind of answer you need. But Demon Breed, that's 2 DPS down if you're the side of Mountaineers. The res is there. Llama comes back into this fight, but not before Twin takes out KO9's back. KO9 making big plays in the last match, kind of getting silenced this match. Llama is there, taking out Demon Breed in that back line. They're playing this very well if you're the side of Apocalypse with that Sigma on the front line, Hog on the off angle, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as the dive is getting in here pretty relentless. Takes out Resley, and they're going to send him all the way back to spawn. These staggers are not doing very well.
So much dive.
Looking for more spam, less rollouts. Resley moving over to that Kree. I think that's going to shut down that Genji Sombra pretty well. What are you thinking?
I don't know if I agree with the Zenyatta pick. It's just another dive target. I do like the Kree pick, however. It's a nice stun.
Coalescence coming out. There's the dupe Eden onto the monkey. So now you got a monkey running around with your Hog and your Sigma. Not the most likely of duos, but there's a primal monkey from Brave Monk, not getting a whole lot of value. The Valk ends. Eden loses it, but the Flux is there. Trans to answer it, so there's a lot of ult coming out. Eden takes out the mech, and there's a Genji blade, but it gets stunned pretty fast. Not getting a whole lot of value as of right now. KO9 takes out Demon Breed. That's the only kill to speak of. That's, as I say that, the Brave Monk takes out Eden. That is exactly what you need. Baritone's in the back line taking out KO9, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And Baritone falls with Dacus. And that is going to be a swift point A take with 4 minutes and 30 seconds at the time bank. Eden moves over to the Sombra.
Yeah, I mean, the Sombra I think will definitely work. I mean, considering they're going up against another Sombra, one of the best ways to counter Sombra is with your own Sombra. So, and again, this Genji, I don't really understand the Genji pick. I mean, it's working, but the Genji itself isn't getting a whole lot of value. The blades haven't really been that big, so.
As a very unhealthy monkey walking into two tanks, but that's a huge EMP and a bomb to follow it up. The monkey gets rezzed up and Baritone goes down. Not going to be a res worm, unfortunately, with the trans. However, 2 sustain. Resley takes out 7 now, and they're all even. Discord's going to have to provide a lot of value. That hack onto the Genji on his entry, but Resley goes down to Genofran. Demon Breed takes out Vertile, though. Huge hack coming out from Eden right now. Taking that 1v1 against Llama, but loses, has to go back and translocate. The Primal's there, but Demon Breed's just going to say, get out of my face, frickin' monkey.
Quick goes down to Llama, however. Tanks both
takes
go
out
down.
The Brave Monk, and Demon Breed answers on the KO9, but there's not a lot of tanks to speak of right now until that res goes off, and now it's looking like a much more healthy side of the Mountaineers. They're pushing into this second point. I don't know if the contest is going to be there for very long, if at all, and the bodies are racking up right now if you're the side of what needs to change from Apocalypse right now?
I mean, there's just so much dive damage on the side of the Mountaineers here. They gotta figure out some way to shut down their tanks, because KO9 and the Brave Monk are just making so much space. KO9 putting so much pressure, negating so much damage from the side of Apocalypse. Honestly, making so much space, and you know, the dive's just been too good.
Baritone's moved over to the Zana. Maybe looking for that extra stun and those antis that were so big in the first round to really clutch out this third point. Looks like a bait on the blade, and the EMP is there. Huge EMP, but the trans to counter it. Not fast enough to save Vertile's life, though. That's already up 1 in this fight. Eden, however, falls quickly. The Flux is there, picks up a couple. Both tanks dropping severely low, and a repeat EMP. Llama is there, however, not quite fast enough. Resley pops his face off. Demon Breed takes out the Brave Monk. Resley with 2 now in this fight. The res is up on Llama, but that's 3 for Resley right now. What an insane man. Twin taking out Llama on the side, but Resley pops a mech. This man's basically got a 4K in that fight alone.
Yeah, Resley absolutely going clutch when his team needs it. And well, this third point, now that Apocalypse is kind of stabilized, it's really hard to take this third point. So, I mean, if Apocalypse is going to stop Mountaineers anywhere, it's going to be here.
Very awkward, kind of a monkey Sigma composition here. Looking to set up a dive. Eden gets scouted out. That's a really good play from KO9, making sure that Sombra doesn't play where she wants to play. Resley's just kind of taking this angle, controlling the space, lobbing in long-range damage. And it looks like a very long poke phase here as the sleep on a monkey on his entrance. That's a huge play. EMP. No, not an EMP. Sorry, just a hack coming out. And the bomb is there, not really finding a whole lot of purchase. Resley pops Llama, Twin pops 7-11. Vertile answers on Baritone, but not fast enough because Resley answers back onto Vertile pretty quickly. And the monkey primal is out, but that's the only ultimate piece here.
Yeah, I mean, a great fight. They only had to use 1 ult there, and that being Demon Breed's primal rage there. But look, they're sitting on a pretty comfortable ult bank right now. They've still got a couple minutes to to hold this third point. Versatile with that blade didn't have to use it that last fight, so. But he goes down
Didn't
early.
get to use it this fight either, though. He goes down immediately. 7-11's there with the res, but you really got to use this lead if you're that. Oh my god! Gets killed immediately. Resley pops him out of the sky, and Twid is there onto Jennifer. Eden wins the 1v1 against Llama, and Resley just popped a high noon for a reload. This man's a walking highlight reel.
The guy is absolutely crazy. We see that blade go out. Vertal popped in the head instantly. Now that is exactly the kind of plays you need if you are Apocalypse.
Regardless, like Dacus is there with the trans, so now the Brave Monk, KO9, and Vertile, they all make that switch over. We're looking at a Ryan Zarya and a Creed answer against Resley. It'll be interesting to see that 1v1 though. Vertile has not really been popping off this match.
Yeah, I mean, the Genji hasn't really gotten a whole lot of value. I don't think it has to do with Vertile being good or not. I think it's just Genji's not a great pick right now. The McCree, however, is really great. So I think he's going to do a whole lot better here.
There is a lot of healing there, but the EMP comes
Big
out
EMP.
instantly. Had to delete it though. The EMP went off, but Llama's nowhere near to follow it up. There's a return EMP from Eden and a Flux to follow up. The trans is there, however, did not get caught in the EMP, so there will be an answer. Vertile popped from Baritone when he goes for that anti, and Llama takes out Twid. And it's going to look like they're starting to roll into point 3 here. Not a lot of ultimates to speak of. Lurking up this Primal Rage, good for stalling, and Baritone's got this Nano, so he's going to have to hit someone pretty fast with it. Eden gets stunned up, but as soon as he gets in, catches the Nano. Is just kind of making chaos. Both dive takes are in. Not really getting a whole lot of value right off the bat, though. Eden is very low, looking taking a lot of damage. There's that Primal to sustain. Resley takes out Vertile, looking at a flank, going for the Ana. Llama takes out Demon Breed when he gets aggressive, but there's no more shield from the Rhine. Not a lot of pushing power remaining. Sleep at long range does not quite find purchase, but Resley does, taking out Jennifer, and Eden pops the Brave Monk in the face. 7-11 with a mercy kill on a Resley. Resley's going to feel kind of awkward, but Twid gets it 7-11, and Eden takes out Llama. There are 23 seconds left in this match. Twid gets stunned, gets back up. Dies, however. Resley, Vertile there, making big plays on this Kree that we just watched him swap to, but not a lot of time for this recontest. 7-11 moves over to the Moira. They got the grab, they got the high noon, but not a lot else to answer.
I mean, they're going to see if they can get
with
the
this
point.
trans, though, is all they need. There's the grab, there's the trans, there's the high noon. Sleep through, but the high noon doesn't care. Catches 2, Resley popping 1, though. This is viable, this is winnable. There's a hidden Ana. Can she contest with nobody see it? Nope, she is found out quickly, stunned, deleted. They are going to cap 3rd point.
Wow. A great attack. I mean, it tends to be extremely hard to get this, to cap this 3rd point on Rialto, and the fact that they even got it in the first place, I gotta say it's pretty impressive, and it's a pretty tough mountain to climb if you're the side of Apocalypse. And I gotta say, on that second last fight there, Genofran, you see that EMP, that counter EMP from Ian there. It got absolutely shut down by a Transcendence from Genofran. He knew that EMP was coming up. Hit around the corner, didn't get hit by that EMP, and came out with that clutch Transcendence. Was really able to really break this defense wide open and really enable his team to be able to get into this 3rd point.
Absolutely huge plays coming up from the supports right now. Support lineups have been really a make or break of this team. Is a through and through great ultimate usage, and it looks like a dive coming out again from the side of Apocalypse here on the offense, and a dive defense. Vertile going over to this Ashe again. We saw him do a little bit better, I think, on the Ashe than on the Genji, but it's been a tough call. It's hard for him to get a lot of purchase. Eden on this signature Echo again. I cannot wait to see that. And Resley's taking up the Sombra mental. What are you thinking about that?
I mean, I like the Sombra. I mean, if you're playing against what you know is like, you're going to be playing against the Sombra and Llama. So, of course, Resley on that. Again, the best way probably to counter a Sombra is just with another Sombra. So, Resley on that, I don't disagree with that at all. And I love the Echo pick as well.
Absolutely, we're getting a lot of love for this Echo pick, and Dacus is there to support him. That Mercy Pocket is going to mean he gets his ultimate very quickly. A lot of damage going into the back, 8% already. The dive goes in, doing a lot of damage to KO9, but Demon Creed gets discorded, takes a lot of damage himself. There's a re-engage, which is going in. Resley's looking very low, gets popped very quickly, and there's a hack on the Twid right now. Vertile takes out Dacus. Vertile with 2k right now. Demon Creed goes down as well. You do not watch the man, he will rip you apart, and the Brave Monk takes out Baritone in the backline. Twid getting an awkward kill on Llama. There is a chance for another secondary attack here before Llama gets back. The respawn's still coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're finally starting to see this value from Vertile. See, now we're starting to see what Vertile can do. I mean, that Genji pick was kind of limiting him, and now this on this Ashe and Kree, he's really starting to get that value that his team needs.
Resley moves over to match too. He goes over to the Ashe, and I don't disagree with this at all. Eden has built 54% to his ultimate already. And it'll be a race between him and Vertile to get it first, but Vertile's getting all the picks. Demon Breed goes down. And there's a Valkyrie Mercy on the side of 7-Eleven just to sustain that team secondary engage if they decide to make it. KO9 takes out Baritone. KO9 with a double kill with the Rockets. What a play. Vertile pops Dacus in the face. Those are some pretty mean stagger. Vertile with two in this round, and Llama hacks Eden over top of the pit, and he takes a dirt nap in the water.
Again, look, we're seeing Vertile. I mean, we're really starting to see him now. And I mean, KO9 as well with a couple big kills. I mean, him and Vertile are really bringing it to the table. They're really enabling their team.
Here's the flank play, going around the left side. Twid putting in some damage, gets that early rock. There's the bomb, though. That's exactly what they're looking. Resley pops Vertile, though. That's exactly what you need. Demon Breed taking a lot of damage, but Eden's in the backline, takes out Jennifer. The res is coming through. KO9 takes out Demon Breed. Back to being evil, but Twid takes out the Bob. That's exactly what we need.
Oh,
big
KO9
coming out, though. Dacus, Resley both go down. Baritone is not looking very healthy on this point right now. He's just taken out by Llama, and it's just Twid to remain.
KO9. That was a 4K. 4K from KO9.
KO9.
Wow, a gigantic play from him. Really able to just carry that fight. He recognized that. He recognized that Resley and I believe it was Dacus that got hit by that bomb. Recognized that they were alone over there. Not a whole lot of hiding spots over in that alleyway. A perfect bomb. He's able to get
Resley is moved over to the Widow. He wants to take this duel with Vertile. Wants to dedicate Dacus to Eden. Eden has this extra copy. Who's he gonna do? There's an EMP very early on. Catches maybe one or two, and they both go down. Resley's out. Twid's out. Adaptive Circuits is there. There's a Monkey on the field. He's gonna get Primal up pretty fast. And there's a sleeping Primal Monkey in the back line. There's two Monkeys in the front line. That's going to be pretty scary dive. Vertile has to keep repositioning. There's a Primal. There's the Flux, but the Trance to answer. Not a lot of value after that one. And it looks like Resley's coming back in on this Creed. Long range battle with Vertile right now. Twid does pop two. Twid's going big right now when the team needs it. Llama's down. 7-Eleven's down.
The bomb gets
from KO9! This man has been insane! That's the second bomb carry we've seen, and Vertile pops Dacus' head as the remainders exist on this point. 30 seconds, they do have a re-engage. Eden makes the instant swap, Resley instant swap, Twid. All very fast characters coming out.
Well, the fight looked so good for Apocalypse. They got a few kills early, and then KO9 with a massive 3K bomb. You can't ask for more from this guy.
Vertile popped Baritone out in the open there. That is not what you want to see. KO9 is looking at the depths of despair, the monsters of Apocalypse at their door, and he says, not today. The re-engage is coming in, the dive is there. Baritone makes the flip over the Moira to get there faster. They're pushing the cart a little bit, but that's a lot of damage coming out. Free firing from Twid, onto Twid. The Bob is out. KO9's half and hacked, but Llama takes out Twid. And that ball isn't there stalling anymore. The overtime starts ticking down. KO9 onto Baritone again. Baritone is out. We can't even get purchased in this fight, and Llama takes out Demon Breed. The brave work on Eden. Vertile on Dacus. The EMP is there. Llama takes out Resley. There's a Primal in the spawn room. KO9.
This guy put his team in the backpack, and WVU Mountaineers are gonna take this series 3-1. Look at it. We're gonna watch this play this play of the game from KO9 as well. Let's watch this play. Absolutely fantastic. There's the double bomb, and this is the play where he got 4 kills. I mean, on this last map, he put the team in the backpack. Absolutely carried them. I mean, looking at this series, who would you give the MVP?
This series has been really good. It has been really tight, despite the score 3-1. Kind of seems a little dominant. It really wasn't. A lot of these maps really nail biters down to the last wire, down to the last play. But I gotta say, there's one person consistently making these plays. It's KO9.
It's gotta be KO9.
It's gotta be KO9. Let's get him in here, please.
It's gotta be him. I mean, the guy, he absolutely went crazy. I mean, Vertile near the end started to go off, but on that Genji didn't exactly play as well, but KO9 consistent from start to finish, and it looks like we're going to get him in here. to speak a
Man,
couple
he
words.
made big plays on Lijon. He made big plays on Volsky. He made big plays on Kings Row. And then he won the game for them on Rialto. What more can you ask for?
You cannot ask for any more from a diva. You know, in the dive comp, he did his job perfectly, protected his team, enabled everything, and of course, fragging all day, all match. And I think he's absolutely deserving of this MVP.
Absolutely here, and it's not too often you see the off tank coming in here for MVP. You know, main tanks get an awful lot of glory, but we get to see it, and now here he is,
Here he
KO9, the
is.
man himself. How does it feel to be a
Hello.
champion?
Oh wow, it feels great. I'm not gonna lie, this is going straight to my head. My team is every time this has come around, my team has not wanted it to me because it'll go straight to my head, and let me tell you, it's already started.
Straight to the
You're
head,
like
but it's
something.
hard to neglect. You know, straight to the head is where it belongs when you're getting plays like that.
Thank you, thank you.
This man has ice in his veins, Octave.
He really does. He really does. I cannot lie. Great plays all across the board. The consistency was fantastic as well.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about your pregame. What do you do to warm up?
We started at around 6 Eastern time, and we started with our VOD review from our yesterday match, and then we did that for an hour, and then we split into 2 groups of 3 with a tank support and damage, and then just did like an hour warm up of just like comp.
Fantastic, fantastic. See, they put the work in, they come in here, and they get the W. What do you do? What is your big mindset going into this match? What's the mindset here?
My big mindset is I want to get big diva bombs, and I only want to play diva. That's all.
Diva, diva, diva. I can't
I
argue with
agree.
the
I
results,
agree.
man. I
Yeah,
can't argue with the results.
I'm waiting for the
Great
next
plays coming
pack.
out of KO9 here. Our MVP winner. Give it up for the man. KO9 redefines the meta.
Thank
We
you,
thought
thank
Hog
you.
Sigma. We were wrong. It's just Diva. Just play
Nope.
It's just diva. Just
Just
play
eat
diva. Play
just
the
eat
diva.
everything. That's all you gotta do.
Eat
Yeah,
everything.
it's
You
true,
heard
it's
it here,
true.
here first, folks. Thank you very much, KO9, for coming in here. Huge plays. Tip of the hat, my man.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Octave.
Wonderful.
So as we're wrapping it up here in this series, it was a great series, 3-1. Any final comments?
I mean, it's a great game from West Virginia University Mountaineers. I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. I mean, Apocalypse is a strong team in their own right, and I mean, we just saw the individual members of Mountaineers just completely go off, and they KO9 and Bertow were just able to take over the game at the end, and well, that's all you can really ask for.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're tuning in now, go back and watch it again. It was a great game. Huge plays coming out from all sides, and you heard it here first, guys. KO9 says just play Diva, you win games. And also put in the time and effort. 2 hours of warm-up for one game. That's respect.
Yeah, that's you know, if you put in the work, you're obviously going to get the W's. So, you know, I absolutely agree with that. Put in the work, and you're going to find results.
I love results. I love respect. You know what else I love, Octave?
What else do you love?
I love free money.
Who doesn't love
Everybody
free money?
get in here, hit that follow button, get more content like this, because let's be honest here, guys, you can't ask for more. These are some crazy plays coming out from crazy people. Get that free money. Every 200 followers, give it another big donation, and it's $20 right now. Who doesn't like $20? Octave, do you like skins?
I do like skins.
Do you like loot boxes?
I gotta say I love loot boxes.
$20, free Blizzard Battle.net. Who could ask for more? Free money!
It's free money. Hit that follow button, and you'll be entered to get some free money. $20 Blizzard balance for anything you want. So yeah, hit that follow button for sure.
Absolutely. Once again, it has been 413 Suspect here. My pleasure with 413 Octave casting this fantastic game. Go back and watch it if you missed it. Final score 3-1. Not for too many spoilers, but it was close. Nail biter right to the end.
Agreed.
GG's, and we'll catch you on the next one.
It cannot last, but at last I can finally see